This is SportsCentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and this is Digital SportsCentre presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar. Yesterday was a slow night in the NHL with just 2 games, and we are so back tonight as we have 30 teams in action, including the Leafs taking on the reigning Cup champs in Florida. The big news for Toronto is that Austin Matthews is back skating with the team, but according to him, it might take a couple of practices before returning to the lineup. We're just happy to see him back, and we know the team performs well when he's not there, so it's okay, take your time, man. And speaking of that, with Matthews out, the Buds have taken their game to another level. They've won 4 straight and are 7-2-1 in their last 10 games, which has them sitting in first in the Atlantic. Feels pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie, feels pretty nice. There are a few reasons for Toronto's outstanding play of late. For starters, they have not allowed a team to score more than 3 goals in 9 straight games. The crease has been shared by Joseph Wall and Anthony Solars, and both have been outstanding, especially Wall, who's 4-0 in his last 4 starts, with a .943 save percentage. But it'll be Solars between the pipes tonight. Offensively, it's been the Mitch Marner and William Nylander show, and that has been fun to watch. Marner's up to 28 points in 21 games, and he's got 15 points in his last 9 alone. And I'm gonna keep hitting you on the head with these great Marner stats, because he has 7 multi-point games in his last 8 outings. I've already tweeted about it and I got it in the comments of the tweet, but I expect a personal apology from everyone who wanted to trade Marner, okay? Yeah. Don't give me playoffs. Don't give me playoffs. This is Marner. This is who he is. Nylander leads the Leafs with 14 Genos, and 6 of them have come over the last 9 games. It's good to see both of these guys stepping up in the absence of Austin Matthews. Now on the other side of the matchup, the Panthers have really been struggling lately. They started the season with 11 wins in the first 15 games, but they've lost 6 of 7, and have been outscored 30-17 in that stretch. Time now for M&M'S Huddle. So let's huddle with our home team and dive into a trio of games we've got coming up here for American Thanksgiving. Now joined by Luke Willson, former Super Bowl champion and current 13th placeholder in a 14th place fantasy league.
That's
Luke.
ridiculous. That's just not the reality of the situation. That's not the reality of the situation.
Oh, wait, you're not in 13th?
No. Deny.
Okay, I feel like we can prove otherwise, but let's dive into these games, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, let's talk about the Lions, who for the first time in their franchise history are Super Bowl favorites. Do you have faith in Philly or any other NFC team to actually seize control of that conference?
I mean, right now, I do believe the Lions should be the favorite. They deserve it. Yeah. But Philly, to me, is definitely trending in the right direction. I still like the matchup, Detroit versus Philly. Yeah. The team that I think everybody's sleeping on is the Minnesota Vikings, including in that division. And Lions fans, I'm sorry to say this, but I believe that it won't be until week 18 until you clinch the division. Look at the schedule. I think the Niners are a tough matchup. I think the Bills are a tough matchup. You got the Packers. You look at the Vikings schedule, it's much easier, and you got to play them week 18. So again, I think that the Lions, as tough as it's been, for them to get to this point as a franchise, years and years and years, it's not going to get any easier. They got a tough road. They got to play the Vikings week 18. Yeah. Depending on who wins that, again, it could be for the 1 seed versus the 5 seed. So I think that right now, quit sleeping on the Vikings. But again, Lions are my favorite.
Dolphins, Packers. Tua's historically struggled in the cold, but since he's been back, he's brought life to the team. So do you see them winning Thursday and actually making a push for the playoffs?
Marissa, this might be the hardest question for me to answer right now. I have gone back and forth on this about 1 million times because I feel like I've been here before where the Dolphins basically build us all up thinking, hey, they're back, and then all of a sudden they just lay an absolute egg and we're all screaming that the Finns are frauds. I don't know why, but this time does feel a bit different.
Okay.
But that being said, the idea that you're playing the Green Bay Packers, who are also in that NFC conversation, it's very hard for me to think that they're going to get this done. But again, based on the last few weeks since Tua's been back, I love what's going on with him and Jonnu Smith. Kind of been emerging that combination there. I still believe in the Tyreek Hill situation. It's going to potentially get back to one of those 150 games with 2 touchdowns. Waddles look good. Achans look good. Can they do it? Yes. But are the Finns frauds? We will find out. Just a reminder that M&M'S is offering a 1-month subscription to TSN Plus with the purchase of any participating product. Learn more at marscontest.ca/rules.
So go huddle with your home team with your favorite M&M's for a wild Thanksgiving. And you can watch all 3 Thanksgiving games Thursday on TSN. And then Friday, we've got the Black Friday game as the Chiefs host the Raiders, a game you can also watch on TSN at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific.
Nothing would make me happier if Patrick Mahomes threw for 400 yards that game, 3 TDs, just so we can talk about whether or not he's the MVP now, too, because apparently it changes every week.
Time now for the Big Play Replay presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar. And we're heading back to last night's CHL USA Prospects Challenge. Because take a moment to not just admire this goal, but also the pass.
Now stretch pass to center, that finds the mark. Lakovic on a break and he scores! Lyndon Lakovic out of the Moose Jaw Warriors breaks right up the middle and snipes that one off the iron and in, and CHL open up the goal scoring.
Ooh, what a sauce. Holy smokes. Also, shout out Moose Jaw. Sasky, let's go! Switch sides to be with Wes Cheng, our gambling guy. Wes, I gave you this side because this is my good side.
Is it your good side? Okay, well,
Yeah.
this is... I wouldn't say this is my good side either, so, we kind of messed this up. We
Okay.
should just do a flip.
That's okay, it's okay. I'm the host. I want to make you comfortable.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The Raps are 0-10 on the road so far this season, the only team in the NBA to not have won a game on the road. Does it change tonight, though?
I think it's a possibility. Look, they've been underdogs essentially, every single game this year. So this is a good spot. If anything, it's going to come down to the New Orleans injury report. A lot of questionable tags. We don't know exactly who's going to end up playing. We have to wait until game time. But if the Raps catch a bit of injury luck, this is probably their best chance. Otherwise, I'm telling you, they probably won't have a road win until 2025.
Okay, I guess it's only a month and a bit from now. So
That's
it's
a long
fine.
time.
You know what? That's optimistic.
You can say so. It's just there's a huge home game stretch. That's really what it is. I was burying the lead there, but that is what's happening.
You know I gotta ask, give us your best bet for tonight's game.
I love Jakob Poeltl, who's been going off. I like him to go over his points and rebounding combo. This is ultimately just a matchup spot here. New Orleans, they are a razor thin front court. Yves Missi, high potential rookie center, but he's just not at the level as all these other starting centers in the NBA. And then Jakob Poeltl. He's been on fire. So, they tell you, buy low, sell high. Well, I'm buying high. I'm buying high with Jakob Poeltl. He's been fantastic. The matchup's just too great here, and I think it's a really good spot for him to go off.
You know that I'm on a betting down, right? Like every time I bet, whatever I bet loses. Well, is this the turnaround?
This is how we do it. This is how we turn it around. All right?
Okay, I'm scared, but I'll do it. Wes Cheng, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
That's all for news here. Back in Route Eastern. No Pacific. Have a good one.